I'm going to do another video about. I don't understand people nowadays. Like, looking back, I saw Supergirl on Sunday, and looking back on it, I would still say it's about 7 out of 5, 7 out of 10. Above average. Not terrible. Maybe 7.5. My sister said it was about an 8. She doesn't know any of the criticisms to this movie. She didn't even know who Amelia Alcock was. She knows nothing. She said it was about an 8. She enjoyed it. She enjoyed it more than me, and I'm a Supergirl fan. She doesn't like Supergirl. She was like, hey, I want a Fenagelian in the background. She's Hawkgirl. She forgot Hawkgirl was in Superman, by the way. But I'm here now trying to figure out, are people brainwashed by Men of Steel? Did Dark Knight, a 9 out of 10 movie, not Dark Knight Rises, that's like a 5. I'm sorry to everyone who likes Dark Knight Rises. I can't stand Dark Knight Rises. Batman Begins and Dark Knight are about 8 and 9. But did that ruin superheroes? Like, I want a hero that you can look up to. Well, Batman's technically not a hero. He's a vigilante. He does the right thing, but he's not afraid to beat someone to a pulp. Oh, that was another thing in Batman vs. Superman I didn't like. Batman branded his villains with a battle line where he left scars on his criminals. You can't do that. That's not a hero. That's WW2 bad guy situation going on now. you know? You don't do that. There's no reason I don't like Batman vs. Superman. Man, that movie was terrible. I don't understand why people like that movie. Like, I had a poll, and some people got it. I didn't have a poll, but I commented on a poll. And I was like, it was like all the 2016 movies where it was like Doctor Strange, Batman vs. Superman, and I'm trying to think of the other two movies. Civil War. There was another one. And my comment was, I don't understand why Batman vs. Superman was here because the other four... Oh, Guardians. I think the one was Guardians. And it's like... They didn't get it? Why am I like... Well, first off, these are 3 Marvel movies. And all 3 of them were better than Batman vs. Superman. And technically, if Batman vs. Superman didn't exist, I don't think anything would have changed. It's kind of simple as that. It's kind of you can remove this movie and it would not change much of anything. You gotta save Martha! Stupid. Why you say that name? I hate that. Oh, man. But, we now have people are still saying that Supergirl has 70 songs in it. Besides the fact I had Call Me in the trailer. I don't even think that was in the credits song. In the credits. So Call Me's out of the window. That wasn't even in the movie. There was a 90s song that I can't remember what it was. I'm not really known for that one. And then Jimmy Eats World cover. So that was 2000s. By the way, Jimmy Eat World was probably one of the reasons this movie's not getting an 8. It's really in a weird spot. So here I am, and I'm like, why is... I think people are overreacting. It's not the best superhero movie. I will consider it one of the best DC movies. Probably at Batman Begins level, if that does anything. But at the same time, it's below Batman Begins, which I think Superman will probably be about Batman Begins level, and this is below that, so 7.5. As I said, Batman Begins is about an 8. But I don't think people know superheroes anymore. I think that's the problem. I think they're more used to these rough and gruff, I beat you to a bloody pulp villain. The villains never survived the movies. Even though the villain didn't survive Supergirl. But... And they're like, well, it's about making men look bad. It's like, well, for a human man, Cram was not human, even though they changed him deliberately so he wouldn't look human. Unless you consider someone who's rogue with all the piercings over the face, and then you got a human man. But if that's the case, they'll make them the anti-rogue people should be all about this, because it's like, yeah, they look like monsters. I don't know. But for me, yeah, Cram was another one of the reasons I'm not giving it an 8, because I think Cram should have looked like, well, in the comics, he looks like the perfect guy type deal. He's muscular, he has a beard, he has full head of hair. He has an ego. Like, he looks like a gym bro, man. He's all about the gym type deal. That's what he looked like. And he's looks like a monster here. Actually, I actually think he had more super strength in this movie than he did in the comics. But yeah, he was just pour this out and Supergirl, see if I can find a picture of Cram. But yeah, it's just, why on earth people are hating this? Oh, here's Cram. Here's a picture of Cram. Look at him. That's him. That's him in the comics. Just say, redhead, bearded, human. Has a little bit of pointy ears. That's Cram. And for some strange reason, he was a bad guy. He basically did the same thing he did in the movie type deal. But I want more movies based on comic books. Give me more Woman of Tomorrows. I don't want movies like Age of Ultron or Civil War. Heck, even Winter Soldier wasn't even based around the comic that it was based on, that it was named after. If you don't give me an Age of Ultron, give me 2 or 3 movies leading up to the Age of Ultron. Batman vs. Superman. Yeah, I don't want that to be the first time they meet. Give me a Batman movie where Batman meets Superman, team up and stuff like that. Then they start having their disagreements, and then you got Batman vs. Superman. None of this Batman vs. Superman for the first movie. Justice League was just a hodgepodge of terrible things. By the way, Robo as Jason Momoa as Robo, best role ever. I think his next best role was probably Fast and the Furious. Aquaman was terrible. I did find an unopened Aquaman. I think someone gave me a bunch of Christmas presents to replace a bunch of my DVDs that were stolen. Men of Steel are still the ones that were missing. So I haven't watched that yet. We watched that. I don't really want to. So I'm okay. But it's like Batman vs. Superman. I've probably watched once in the theater, maybe 2 times on DVD. So, I don't know. But this Superman, even though my disc out, no, the disc didn't go. It's just not making any noise. This Superman, I have watched 5 times now. 5! Once theater, 4 times on DVD. I didn't mind it. I watched it 5 times. Thunderbolts, I've watched it twice in the theater. Once in the theater. About 7 times. Twice on Disney Plus. 4 times on, about 6, I guess. Still doesn't beat K-Pop Demon Hunter. Perfect. K-Pop Demon Hunter's a 9 out of 10. I think I originally said it was an 8. I'm moving it up to a 9. I just can't stop watching it. But yeah, I think a bunch of non-comic book fans who only notice heroes because of action figures. I'm sorry, I'm building my, as I'm in over this, and I've been watching, and I have YouTube on autoplay, and I keep hearing people talk about how bad Superman is, and I've been leaving comments like, it's not that bad of a movie. Like, Ms. Marvel, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, whatever they're calling it, was worse than Supergirl. I'm sorry. I'll say Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel was probably a 5 out of 10. Well, The Marvels was about a 6. Or is it Kamala Khan or whatever her name is? She was the more entertaining one, and Photon. I don't know. Funny. A white guy who says only the 2 colored people are the best parts in the movie. But I think they could have done something with Secret Invasion if they kept to the comic books. That would have been great. But Captain Marvel and the Secret Invasion TV series, they ruined the Secret Invasion plotline. We need to reboot the entire Marvel universe and base stuff around comics. Like, you can really brace it like how that was fine. It wasn't perfect. Woman of Tomorrow was not perfect, but it was based around the comic books in a good way. It's not like, hey, we don't take the name and change every aspect of the movie. No, it's like we changed certain details, like Superman showing up for a little bit, and Robo being in it, and Krem being an alien instead of a human. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't understand people anymore. Like, I see the movies you guys say are good, and I don't get you. I honestly don't get why. Like, people are actually starting to wake up to Thunderbolts and being like, oh, the Thunderbolts are actually good. And it's like, yeah, the only reason you guys were, like, bad, like, angry about the Thunderbolts was because, well, it's about mental wellness. And I was like, you don't know Void. It's like, Void is all about mind control and stuff like that. That's how he would control stuff. But I just got a bunch of notifications all at once. That was 5, 6, 7, 8 notifications. 8 notifications just hit me all at once. Woo! But yeah, I think people are making a big deal over nothing. I think it wasn't as bad as it is. I don't think it's as good as it could have been. Like, it's barely over 7. If they would have changed something in evil direction, it would be a 7, and if they changed it the other direction, it would be an 8. Heck, maybe they'll release an extended cut on DVD, because from what I understand, there's 30 minutes cut out of Supergirl. 30 minutes. Makes me curious what it was. I didn't notice any scenes that were like blatantly obvious that there was something cut out. But maybe when she was in space, the space dragon was there. Ooh, I would have loved to see that. I don't know. I keep seeing it being compared to a Guardians of the Galaxy. And yeah, there were some jokes that were like Guardian-ish. But I don't know. I enjoyed Guardians, but I don't consider it being a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I didn't see much of that at all, because Guardians was all about music. And this was like, here's 2 main songs and the rest are battle music, which is in every movie. If you go, like, the most memorable part of Batman vs. Superman is Wonder Woman's theme. I actually think there was another theme song in the movie that was like Guardian type deal. So if you're going with that, was it the Cranberries or what? No, not the Cranberries. I don't know. I just think people are making a big deal. After watching Batman vs. Superman and then watching Supergirl, there was a huge difference between the two. Like, night and day type difference. And the funny thing is, Supergirl becomes a Red Lantern. Remember that in the comics, she gives up her heart because she's filled with rage. I can see that happening in these movies. She also joins Darkseid if they want to go that storyline. I don't think they'll have Millie Alcock in that outfit. Who knows? We're going anti-woke nowadays with Donald Trump and MAGA. And MAGA's all about better jeans, if you know what I'm saying, with Sydney Sweeney. So, we got swimsuit issues back. Maybe we'll get Millie Alcock in the Darkseid outfit. Huh. Do I want to see that? I don't know if I want to see it in comic book form and real life form. But if I saw an action figure over, I'll probably pick it up because that's like an awesome costume. It's tassels. It's like, I don't know. That was back when they were like over sexualizing all superhero women. Let's make her sexy. She's what, 17? I have that comic book cover though. I was like, yeah, that's a memorable costume. I kind of wanted to get the rest of the comics because I actually do like that storyline. I have the movie, which the movie has her in that costume. The animated movie of Batman, Superman, Apocalypse, I think it was. One of those animated ones. It has Supergirl in it. It has Wonder Woman in it. It has Doomsday as like minions in it, if I remember right. That was a little overdone. Yeah, seriously. I think if you enjoy Supergirl, enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I am worried about Spider-Man No Way, Brand New Day. I'm so used to calling him something home. Brand New Day, because if the people who don't like Supergirl liked Brand New Day, from what I'm understanding, I'm probably not going to like Brand New Day. I'm sorry. There's already stuff in scenes I've seen for Brand New Day that I'm kind of worried about. Like, every 6 days they release a new photo of another villain that's in the movie. How many villains are in this movie? If it is Jean Grey, who is the secret character, why is she here? Why is Jean Grey the first new universal character for the X-Men? I don't count Wolverine or Deadpool or the New Mutants, even though the New Mutants were still made under Fox. It was just released under Disney. So I don't understand why they're releasing so many villains, and I don't understand why Jean Grey's in a Spider-Man movie before an X-Men movie. And if she is, why is she the antagonist? Like, I have a feeling it's going to be a bunch of body hopping villain type deal. With people like, maybe it's the Venom Syndicate or, what's his name? That Cardiac, Contract? No. I can't remember his name. He's like a dead guy who body hops. Chasm? No. I can't remember his name. But he was like a big 90s villain where he was like, he died, but he can body hop to people with like a virus. So, maybe him. I don't know. I think it's weird. But we have the Hand, we have Tombstone, we have Boomerang, we have Scorpion, we have Punisher, we have what was the other? There's a guy like Tombstone running around. Not Tombstone, Hammerhead. With like metal arms and head. He's in it. I can't remember his name. He was like, I think he's from the Infinite Losers Club or something like that. The Society of Losers, something like that. But it's like, there's too many villains in this Spider-Man movie, and it really has me worried. Like, who's the main villain? It's still a secret. It's not Scorpion. I can guarantee you that. It's not going to be Scorpion. I think Scorpion's going to have like 5 minutes in this movie. Punisher, I think we'll have maybe 20. This is a 3-hour movie, so I don't know. Maybe more than 20, maybe 30. The Incredible Hulk's in this movie. Yeah. It's like, here's Supergirl, and it's like Robo, Supergirl, and Superman. That's it. That's all you needed. Technically, they didn't even need those. They just need someone to bring in more audience. And Robo and Superman both were in it more than I thought they would be in a 2-hour movie. They were both in about 15 minutes each. So, I guess technically you had Crypto too, but Crypto was there for like 5 minutes. I don't know. I think people are overreacting to how bad Supergirl is, because Supergirl is really, I would say, out of Zack Snyder's universe, doesn't even compete. None of those movies compete to Supergirl. And I like Suicide Squad, and I like the first Shazam. I don't put them in Supergirl's category. And now I say Suicide Squad, I mean both of them. I know one is just a bad movie that's good. It's so bad it's good. The other one's an actual pretty good movie. The other Suicide Squad movie. But I don't see it being. I don't see those even touching Supergirl. They'll probably. Shazam might be a 6 out of 10. And the Suicide Squad 2 is probably a 6 out of 10 too. I gotta rewatch those. Suicide Squad was probably a 5 out of 10. But I like those movies. But that's how I would rate them. That's right. I think I gave Superman vs. Batman a 5 out of 10 or something like that for a terrible. No, 4 out of 10. I gave it a 4 out of 10 if I remember right. Fires and Ass was a 5 out of 10 or something like that. That's another one I don't understand. Why do people like the Avatar movies? I don't understand. It's definitely not the storyline. I spent like 4 hours watching Fires and Ass, and I was like, I felt like I wasted my time. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta watch Top Gun, Maverick, or whatever the new one is, just to see what people like about that, because I haven't watched that. From my understanding, my sister didn't like it, but her friend liked it, so I don't know. And her friend's crazy, so. There's a reason she's still single. Let's put it that way. But I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I don't understand. It's just stupid if you yell and scream at people for enjoying something. Yeah, I know. I have my opinion about the Zack Snyderverse, and I keep bringing that up. But if you enjoy it, you can enjoy it. Just tell me why you enjoy it. That's my main problem. Supergirl I enjoy because it was actually based around the comics, and it was pretty faithful to the comics. Lobo was great. I actually want more Jason Momoa Lobo. Unlike Aquaman, where I was like, I don't want any more Aquaman movies. And somehow I got an Aquaman movie and a sequel to that Aquaman movie. I'm trying to think of any other. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Supergirl, actually, she's getting more hate than she deserves. And it's kind of sad. Because this right hatred to Supergirl. And I don't think people should do interviews anymore. I think interviews are destroying movies, people's opinions on movies. So don't do any more interviews. And release one trailer, only one. Give us a sneak peek. Well, it's like, here's this movie coming out, 30 seconds. Give us a couple things. Kind of like the the Tom Cruise movie, where it was like, here's all Tom Cruise things, and that's it. Nothing else about the actual thing besides two old people standing around. Give us something like that because it brings up interest. But Supergirl released 3 trailers that were like all exactly the same. That kind of ruined the movie because a lot of the scenes in the trailers were in the movie. So, yeah. They should have kept Krypto a secret, but they spoiled it in the trailer. I don't think. Yeah, I think they Hollywood needs to stop doing so much before the actual movie comes out and then promote it. Let us have one trailer. Don't give away the entire movie, so it's a minute long, maybe 2 minutes of trailer. That's it. I think that would solve a lot of our problems. And I think give us fan reactions, the people who go test screenings. Give us those reactions. Be honest about them. And movie reviewers, like how people can review movies before they even come out and things on like Rotten Tomatoes and whatever. Yeah, those sites, I don't think they should be public until the day the movie comes out. I'm sorry. I don't want to know that some fat ass person who thinks they're all high and mighty because they know comic books even though they never read a comic book in a day in their life. I don't want to know his review of a movie before the movie comes out, and other people who know who that guy is will dogpile on anyone who's has a different opinion. Like, I think that's stupid. So maybe change Rotten Tomatoes a little bit on those sites. Let us actually enjoy the movie when it's out over taking people's word for it. Like I said, I went into this movie worried because of all the criticism and dislike and hate or whatever. I think it's stupid. You can't say the word hate on YouTube. But, yeah. So, my opinion, go watch the movie, enjoy it. If you don't like the movie, don't enjoy it. Don't criticize anyone else for liking the movie. Well, I literally just watched the video where a person had a person being like, oh, this was really good and it was one of the best female movies. It was a pretty good female movie. It wasn't Black Widow. It wasn't Captain Marvel. This person pointed that out. It's like, it wasn't Black Widow. It wasn't Captain Marvel. It was a good movie. But then there's the person who looks like he never picked up a comic book being like, this was a terrible movie. And it's like, and they took the terrible movie side, even though the person who's watching the video never watched the movie. Yeah, go watch the movie, people. Go. Before you make a video about how bad something is, watch the movie. Another thing, if you make a YouTube channel about movie reviews, and then you ask your people, or ask the people who are watching your videos, because there will be hundreds of thousands of people who may not be subscribed to you, don't keep the chat to subscribers only. Because some people have opinions that they would like to say to you because you may be wrong about stuff, and they can't comment because the fact that you have your channel locked. There's a certain YouTuber who has this who's like, called Supergirl terrible, but only his own people can comment, which means you're in an echo chamber. You're in an echo chamber, only listening to criticism from your people, and not people who actually have different opinions than you. That is what the woke does. Don't do that. Have an actual opinion. Have an actual YouTube channel. Build a community where people can have some discourse. I literally just had discourse the other day because I said Happy 4th of July and put an American flag, and the person commented stuff, and I'm like, dude, this guy's all about good vibes. Don't tell me to burn the flag type deal. I'm not going to tell you what channel that was, but it wasn't the main channel. It's just some person commenting. But you have to be open to everyone. You can't be like, I only want my subs to comment, because they only sub to you because they'll agree to you. So, I don't know. Be a little bit open to actually having a community, having some discourse, because discourse is a debate. It's not anything, it's just a debate. Be honest, because you're not being honest if you can't let other people talk to you. If you only let your own side talk to you, you're the villain. You are in an echo chamber. That's the problem with Republicans and Democrats. They only listen to their own side. They need to listen to other sides. And I think that's the problem with this superhero community. Because, honestly, I still say go watch the movie, buy the book. Read the book after the movie. It is like an extended cut of the movie. You will get more scenes, like the dragon that you probably heard multiple times. You get different characters and stuff. I'm trying to find the dragon, actually. Yeah, the scene where the dragon was like kind of early on in the movie, and it just like, in the book. Look at this. That would have been amazing in the movie, wasn't? And it's in the shipping area where they get hijacked by the pirates. It's right around that scene. So, maybe there's a dragon in the deleted scenes. Maybe there'll be extended edition. Director's cut? I don't know. But I don't think the movie's bad. I don't think Superman versus... no, I don't think Superman... I think it was just Superman. James Gunn's Superman. What's the actual name to this movie? It's just Superman. And it's just Superman. Just pure Superman. I don't think that was a bad movie. I'm curious what's happening with this universe after that second movie. I'm looking forward to Clayface, even though I'm not going to go see that in theaters. Have to make choices, and I will think I'll probably see Hunger Games over Clayface. By the way, I just finished the book, and I'm starting it over soon after I finish my Star Wars book I'm doing. I'll start over the Hunger Games just to refresh my memory. Maybe the fact that I do that with movies based on books and movies based on comic books might be the reason why I have a different opinion than everyone else. I don't know. Because... oh, that's good. Look, a cop stopped us at my house and drove away. But yeah, I don't think there's any I think the comic book fans versus the superhero movie fans have a divide, and for some strange reason, superhero movie fans don't get comic books. I think that's the problem. They want to see Superman beat a guy through a wall, or Batman brand someone with a batarang, over Superman save lives because they live, because all lives matter, and Supergirl fight for a bunch of people who have been captured. I think is a problem, because one's evil because Batman's branded people and Superman's literally willing to get rid of people. Well, the other person cares about people and wants people to live and has hope for people. I don't like the James Gunn's decision to make Superman I don't know, to take over the universe. I still don't like that, but that's one of the reasons Superman's an 8. I'm not going to put it any lower than that. So, I don't know. There's a reason I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. And I deal with this stuff all the time with Republicans and Democrats. Well, you can be middle ground and have a common sense. Well, it doesn't seem like Republicans and Democrats get over their echo chambers. They are trapped in this fistball looking at themselves and then look at the other fistball and being like, hit those algae at the top. And they're pointing fingers at each other. So, I don't know. I think you should be a common. People who do movie reviews should be in the middle. Should tell it how it actually is and not how they want it to be. Like I said, I think Supergirl's a 7 out of 10, or a 7.5 out of 10. It's like the reason I do the 0.5 is because there are aspects that can make it or break it. I'll have to see it again, but I didn't dislike the movie. The 2-hour one-time for a superhero movie, I think, is a perfect time. I almost missed the movie because of a car accident. But yeah, I think people are making a big deal out of it. I think if you enjoy a movie, enjoy the movie. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I have to go now because I've been talking for 40 minutes. Bye.